If you were building a new DSV, one that would best fit the future market, which global region would you aim for work in, and how would it be specified?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone should build a DSV at the moment. The market is totally oversupplied in every region. And in reality, I think it's a hypothetical question because I don't think anyone could get one financed without a contract from a major E&P company. And they, of course, can get one from an existing owner at below the economic cost of ownership. So I don't think there'll be any sensible new build DSVs for quite some time, years.
One of your co-panelists, Stuart from Subsea 7, did a very interesting presentation on his new vessel, but is it not curious that he chose to build rather than perhaps buy an Amazon or an ex-Toyser?
Well, I mean, he gave quite a good answer on the Amazon. McDermott got it at a good price, but not a steal. The Siona pipe-lay system on it was hugely compromised. And Subsea 7 made an economic decision to do a new build. Theirs will, of course, arrive at what will hopefully be a better time in the market as well. So there's a timing advantage to them. But, far be it from me to comment on Subsea 7, to be honest. They know what they're doing.
We tend to focus a lot on the larger players, but of course there are some notable smaller players like Reach Subsea. Given the way things are developing, do you believe there is a place in the subsea universe for that kind of smaller player?
Yeah, anyone who doesn't own boats and has the infrastructure to deliver projects is in a very good position for the next few years. And that's a reversal of how it was from sort of 2011 to 2014 when we were short of boats. So whether they make, super profits in an economic sense of the word, I don't think they will. But will they cover their costs and win some projects and even potentially grow their businesses? Yeah, I think they will. And they are much better off in a kind of strategic position than those companies who went too long on boats and have enormous debts to pay off now.
Well, picking up on that, perhaps it's appropriate to have a deep dive, if you pardon the pun, into UDS funding and sources of UDS funding and how that's been raised.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not an expert on it. Their ambition stated on the number of boats they're claiming to build would make them the largest DSV operator in the world, and they would have more high-spec tonnage than Technip and Subsea 7. I don't think it's real. I don't know exactly how it's going to end, but it isn't going to end with them delivering 5 North Sea class DSVs and operating them.
At the end of the session, I asked every panellist to give us an assessment of who's going to be the winners in this market, who's going to be the losers, and what they would wish for if they could be granted one wish for this sector. How did you respond?
I think I said the winners would be those long on delivery capability and short on vessel as assets. The losers would be just the inverse, those long on assets and short on delivery capability. And my wish would be a giant tsunami that would wipe out a large number of the vessels in layup in Chinese yards without injuring anyone.
And one of the things you said during the course of your presentation was, I don't know how it's going to end, but someone is going to earn loads of money.
In relation to UDS, oh yeah, I mean, there are shipyards building very high-spec North Sea class dive support vessels when there's no market for them. So I don't know exactly who's going to lose money, but that is equity risk. And whether it's the yard taking it, whether it's a secret group of financiers that no one's ever heard of, whether it's, I don't know. But it's just not possible in this market with Technip and Subsea 7 and Bibby and a whole pile of other people who are selling their boats at below cost for new vessels to come in and sell at an economic level. It's just not possible.
As you say, in terms of that capacity, there are 5 new build North Sea class DSVs due for delivery 2018, 2019, who are going to further enter the market and saturate an already oversaturated market.
Yeah, if they all arrive, which I doubt seriously, yeah.
And finally, when are we going to see the much muted recovery in this sector?
I just don't see it. I think the oversupply that has been built is so big. There are some segments that will do okay. I'm not writing it off for everyone. Dive support vessels, North Sea class, is not one of them. There are particular technical products, there are particular asset classes that will stage some sort of a recovery, but it won't be like 2014. There was a bank-driven credit bubble combined with an oil boom that coincided, and that's what made that time feel so good, and that will not replicate.